Welcome to 20-Minute Booty. The level of this class is extra gentle. It's for all ages. No equipment is needed. And it's better with your shoes off. Barefoot is always better. Let's work out our booty. We're going to use the kitchen counter. Lean forward on the kitchen counter with your forearms. And you're going to bend and straighten one leg. Focus on the bending and straightening of the leg rather than the lifting of the leg. So think of this as an exercise to practice straightening your leg super straight. And the standing leg is also straight. So the muscles we use when we straighten our legs really strengthen a lot of the muscles that we need to support our knee and to grow our glutes. Let's switch. Other leg. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. It's important that you keep your back neutral during this exercise. You want to be able to relax your back and only work your glutes. You should feel this exercise in your glutes, one glute at a time, but it should be pretty easy. Okay, let's go back to the other leg. Second set. Allow yourself to really relax and isolate one muscle group. So you really want to turn all your muscles off except for the ones that are working to bend and straighten that leg. You should feel it here when you straighten the leg, in the back of your leg and in your butt. Right here and here. Squeeze and straighten. Let's switch legs. Let me see if I can adjust so you can see my feet, my bare feet. Okay, so leaning on the counter, relaxing the back, and just bending and straightening one leg. Keeping our spine in neutral. This is a great exercise to do while you're cooking in the kitchen, waiting for something to toast in the toaster oven, waiting for water to boil, something like that. Maybe not appropriate to do in public because men might find this provocative. That's why I like to work with women and working out through videos at home alone. Because some of the most effective exercises are like this right here. Okay, let's do a third set. On the third set, you should really find yourself becoming more at ease with the movement. And you should also feel more of your muscles relaxing. And you should feel a targeting in the glute area. So check in with your body and see if you can feel relaxed in your back, in your shoulders, in your neck. But see if you can feel those glute muscles working. And if you can't, try and give that glute an extra squeeze. Let's switch one more set for the other leg. Relaxing everything but the glute. And squeeze that glute. Squeeze that glute. You'll notice I also have my feet flexed here. That's to bring more work into the glute. We want to feel the glute working rather than the calves. If we point our feet, we're adding sort of a calf workout. Let's target the glutes here. Easy but effective. Couple more. Okay, let's switch up the exercise now. You're going to keep the front leg straight. Lift the toe, heel in the floor, and you're just going to bend and straighten the standing leg. Bend and straighten, and as you bend, you're going to lean forward. This takes a lot more balance than it looks like, so it's good to have that counter right close in front of you. You could even touch that front foot up to the counter. You could get a little closer to the counter than I am here if you want to. Your balance will improve as you practice this exercise. And we're going to do 3 sets of this so that you'll get some good repetition. All right, let's switch legs. Same thing on the other leg. The front heel is in front and that front leg stays straight the whole time. And there's only 2 things moving here, your knee and your hip. Your knee and your hip bend and they straighten. Bend and straighten. And I'm touching the counter just to keep my balance. And we make these exercises more difficult only when they become too easy for you. There's no reason to add unnecessary challenges before we are ready. And down and up, bend and straighten, bend. This exercise is so good, so effective for your glute. Let's switch it up and do the other leg again. Now you want to check, now that you've got the form right, you want to check in with your body and figure out where in your body you're feeling it. The goal is to feel this in the glute, but you're also going to feel a stretch in that straight leg. So as you lean towards that straight leg and hinge at the hip, you're going to feel a nice stretch down the back of that leg. So you'll feel a workout in one glute and then a stretch in the opposite leg. Kind of a twofer. I really love this exercise. Stretching and strengthening at the same time, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's switch legs. So bring your toes up, dig your heel into the floor, keep that front leg straight, and you're really going to hinge at the hip, pushing that hip back. That hip goes back towards the wall as you bend that knee. So the knee and the hip are bending and straightening, bending, and you're going to feel it in that glute, straightening, bend, straighten, bend, and straighten. Go ahead and use what you need to keep your balance. So if you need to hold on to something, or you need to bring a chair closer, or you need to get closer to the counter to keep your balance, that's fine. As long as you're feeling the workout in the glute and a stretch in the opposite leg, then you're doing it right. Okay, 3rd and final round. Let's hinge at that hip as much as you can. Push that hip backwards and look for the workout, look for the burn in that glute. So as you bend that leg and shift your weight backwards, you're going to really feel that glute working. So check in with that glute and see if you can feel it working. You might not right away, but you should definitely feel that stretch down the opposite leg. So that straight leg should feel like it's getting a stretch down the back of that leg. And if you don't feel the glutes working today, that's okay. We're training our body to sort of turn on, activate the right muscles. And sometimes that takes practice. Okay, let's switch up the exercise now. We're going to do a small straightening of the leg. You're going to keep the leg extended and then do a small straight bend and straighten towards the rear. Similar to what we did before, but a smaller movement. So in this movement, you should start to feel your glutes activating. And let's switch and do the other side. Squeeze, straighten, straighten. So really focusing on the straightening of the leg and keeping your body mostly still. Straight, 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 straight. Really good exercise for your glutes. Set number 2, let's go to the other leg. Straight, straight, straight. On this second set, you want to really focus on squeezing the glute if you can. So straightening the leg and also squeezing the glute at the same time. Straighten, squeeze, straighten, squeeze, straighten, squeeze. See if you can do that. Switch legs. Straighten, squeeze, straighten, squeeze, straighten, squeeze. Keep that foot flexed. You're pushing through the heel. Remember, this is not a leg lift, it's a leg straightening. Great job. Loosening up the back a little before we do our third and final set. Straighten, straighten, and squeeze. Push outwards through the heel. And again, you want to bring your focus into your glute and feel it during the work. Switch legs. Be patient with yourself if you're not feeling it in the part of your body that you should be. If you're feeling it in some other part of your body, like your thighs or your back, that's okay. Be patient with yourself. This takes practice. Okay, now let's switch up the exercise. We're going to loosen up our lower back a little because tightening the glutes can be a little stressful on the back. So we're going to loosen up the back by leaning forward onto the counter, allowing your back to arch and relaxing it, and just doing a small, gentle circle through your hips. Really keeping the focus on the lower back and how that lower back is feeling. This movement should feel relaxing. You should feel tension melting away from your lower back. Make sure you're breathing and giving your body permission to relax and release tension. Again, I don't recommend doing this in public. Do this in private. Okay, let's switch it up again. We're going to put our hands on our knees, straight arms, lock those elbows. We're going to put 2 hands on one knee, keeping the knee bent, and we're just going to tap the other foot. So you want to balance all of your weight on one leg, that bent leg. Prop yourself up with those straight arms, but you want to keep that other foot down on the floor. You're just tapping, tapping, tapping the floor. Tap back, tap together, tap back, tap together. And switch. So keep your weight on that one standing leg bent. Your back should be able to relax. If you prop yourself up correctly with your straight arms, you should be able to relax your back in this position. And we're making our leg muscles work instead of our back. Very important. This is a great exercise to practice. Let's switch to the other leg. Set number 2. relaxing the back and kind of training our leg muscles to work. Your leg muscle might feel weak in this position. That's okay. That just means you need to practice this exercise more because your leg muscles are a little bit weak. Switch sides. Whenever you feel weak doing one of these exercises, just take it as a reminder that you've found the muscles, you found the weak link, you found the muscles that need the strengthening that I'm teaching you to give them today. So if these muscles feel weak, you go, yes, there they are, those muscles that need strength training. All right, let's do one more set. And I call these tap backs. So you're tapping your foot back and then tapping it together. And for balance, you can put weight on that other leg, but you want to make sure that you're feeling the workout in the standing leg, the one with most of your weight on it, the one that's not moving. That's the leg that's doing the work. Switch, last set, here we go. Tap back, tap back. I don't have so much room here, so I'm doing a little smaller tap back. That doesn't mean that I'm not getting the full workout, because all of my weight is still being supported by that one leg, and so it's still getting a full workout, even though these taps are a little bit smaller. All right. Now we still have another exercise or two to do. I'm just going to adjust the camera here. Let's go back to the counter. And keeping your toes on the floor, we're going to do split stance. And now you're going to straighten that leg again, focusing on the leg straightening rather than lifting it. It's going to stay on the floor, straight, straight, straight. So as you pull that leg straight, you're really focusing on squeezing it. And this position, leaning forward onto the counter, should relax your back. Let's switch to the other leg. Keep your toes on the floor. Bend and straighten. Straighten, straighten, straighten. And that straightening motions should feel like a squeeze in the back of your leg and in your glute. But it's a gentle exercise, so it won't feel like a burn. What we're doing is activating the muscles, teaching them which muscles we want to work, which muscles we want to strengthen. Let's switch to the other leg and do it again. Straighten. We're going to slow it down a little bit. Squeeze straight and hold for just a moment before you come out of it. Squeeze straight, squeeze straight, squeeze straight. Again, this exercise looks like nothing, but it is really effective at strengthening the right muscles, the muscles that we need to support our lower back and to grow our booty. This little movement can really make your booty grow and can make it nice and round and perky over time. Nice job. All right, we're going to do one more set of the same thing. This time we're focusing on squeezing the glute. So really try and squeeze that booty, that left glute. Squeeze, squeeze. We're still straightening the leg, but I'm just focusing, bringing my focus more into tightening the glute. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Can you feel that squeeze in your glute? If you can't, that's okay. It just means you need practice. Let's switch legs. Squeeze the glute, squeeze it. And again, it's about the effort here. So don't get frustrated if if it feels like you're doing nothing. Sometimes we do things and it feels like, what am I doing this for? It doesn't feel like it's working. Be patient. Allow your body time to get used to each move, to acclimate to the movement and the exercise. Sometimes it takes some practice to get your muscles to wake up. Okay, so now we're going to squeeze both glutes and release them and do a little lean forward and back. So squeeze and then lean forward and relax. Squeeze, relax. So this time we're really going to focus on the squeezing, that feeling of the squeezing of the glutes. Squeeze and then relax. Squeeze and relax. And again, using the counter in this way can really take a lot of the stress and strain out of your back, which is our goal. We want our backs to feel relaxed and relieved, and we want our glutes and legs to be strong and powerful. Squeeze and release. So you're squeezing your butt and then releasing it. And now we're just going to feel that stretch in both legs. We're going to come all the way down, feel a stretch, and then squeeze the glutes. Stretch the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes. Feel the stretch in the back of your leg, squeeze the glutes. And you're using the counter, and you can see how my back stays straight and neutral. Back muscles are not working here. We're just working the hamstrings and the glutes. The hamstrings and the glutes. What we're doing here is basically a deconstructed deadlift. So effective for building your booty and making it nice and round and perky. It really gives you definition in the back of your leg. Over time, you're going to see that change if you stick with me and do these workouts with me every day. Okay, we're all done with today's booty workout. If you want more, try my 20-minute back relief. Feels so good on your lower back, especially after working out your booty. I love my body. I love yours too. I love myself, and I love you.